Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome to another installment of Arban Duets. Today we're going to be looking at Noel, Ancien, which is Noel is Christmas, and Ancien, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, is ancient or old. So this would be Christmas from a long time ago. Now, I don't know if that'll help you or not, but music is all about expression, so getting some idea of what was intended by the composer, or even more importantly, what it means to you, how the music feels, what it conveys, what pictures it brings to mind, what emotion comes to mind, what you think the drama is that's going on, and this is all part of your musical imagination. So I'm going to continue to suggest not that the way that I'm playing these is, the example or the correct way. I'm playing them kind of neutrally, but I'm going to offer you two ways of kind of changing the expression. And I want to use a little bit of vibrato, maybe more than I have been in the previous episodes, and also show you how the tempo can strongly affect the expression of the music. So I'm going to go ahead and play through the first part. Again, hopefully you're getting in the habit of looking at the directions. It says Noel, Ancien. We talked about what that means. Then it says moderato, moderate, meaning the tempo moves moderately, whatever that means. See, that's a musical choice that you have to make. And then it says piano, P, and semplice, which means simple. And that gives you an idea of the character. So let's see if we can put that together. So I have to make a decision. What tempo am I going to play, and what kind of expression am I going to bring to it? Let's see how clear my decision has been. This is the first part. Okay, so that's version 1. I'll go ahead and play the second part in the same way, same style, so it'll kind of fit, I hope, with version 1. And then we're going to do it again at a different tempo. Very simple. So I don't think I gave you a good start on that one. Okay, I have a kind of an occupational habit in my approach. I'll play something, and then I'll kind of go, and I'll give myself not a grade, but I'm assessing in my own mind what went on. So that's a lot of what happens when we're practicing. When we're performing, we kind of need to move on to the next thing. So we don't have the luxury of saying, now wait a minute, I think that could be better. And so there's kind of two different mindsets that are involved in playing. One is I'm directly involved in the experience, and I'm conveying the energy, the meaning of the music to someone else. That's a performance mindset. And so you're totally involved in the doing of it. But at the same time, you have this feedback loop going with, you're hearing what's coming out of your horn, and you're obviously feeling what your body is telling you. And those things can help one another, or they can interfere. So this is one of the things you want to keep in mind when you're practicing. I'm going to try that again, and since I feel like I need to practice the second trumpet part, I'm going to do it a little bit slower. And changing the tempo is strangely something that a lot of people don't think about doing. We tend to play our exercises at all the same tempi, play our scales and maybe the Clark studies, or other easy patterns in one tempo. And we kind of get stuck in that way. And first of all, your mind likes the variation, and your body needs the variety in order to get kind of more information to your, more data put into your nervous system, into your sensory array, so that you're more flexible. So I'm going to go ahead and practice the, I'll play for you the second part and then the first part. So here we go at a different tempo. Okay, I feel like I need to practice that one a little bit. First, I didn't get my my breathing worked out, because at a slower tempo, the breathing patterns can change. At a different volume level, the breathing patterns can change, because obviously you're using more air when you're playing louder, less air when you're playing softer. And so these are adjustments that one has to make. And once you, this is the good thing about preparing a solo, which you can play however you choose to play it, is that you can choose the tempo and you can choose the dynamic range that you're working within. And so it's easier to have control. When someone else is making the decisions, if you're playing in an ensemble and the conductor is making the musical choices, or the section leader is making musical choices, and you have to go along with those choices and adapt yourself to them. So this is why it's really important to practice for physical flexibility. When we practice by ourselves, we tend to accommodate what we're good at. You know, we kind of work around our difficulties, and we put our emphasis on our strengths. We all have a tendency to do that. So when you find something that's, as I've said before, awkward or feels difficult, not quite balanced, these are just things that you want to be paying a little bit more attention to, so that you can find kind of the roots of the issues. Now, I'm going to go ahead and play the first trumpet part and give you a chance to play along on second if you like. And I'm going to try and duplicate that tempo. Of course, I'm not using a metronome. I don't know whether I'll be close. I'm just kind of doing it by feel. And that's what I recommend. Metronome is great. We'll talk about that some other time. But for now, we're just trying to feel it differently. So this is the first trumpet part. Okay, hope that was fun for you. We'll look at the next one, which, if you're going in order, is another air by Beethoven, I believe. Yeah. So see you in a few if you're doing these one right after the other, or later on. Have a good day. Bye-bye.